Hi for Serena.
Hi, Serena, hi. Well, I saw you coming over. I would have gone over there, but you told me to meet you here.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know.
That's unfortunate.
It's interesting.
But we're here now. That's what's...
Yes, we are.
Cell phone charger back there if you need one.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. My Miller light is on it, but that won't help. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Bringing drinks to a fun party?
Kickball.
Kickball. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Is it kickball for like you drink while you play, or?
Yeah, it's more chill.
Love that.
I'll be 5 minutes late, but people will be happy because I have a speaker and the drinks. So.
Yeah, you're bringing the party then.
Yeah, literally. I asked everyone. I was like, I'm going to Biddy's. Do they need anything? And usually, you know, when you say that, people are like, no, I'm good. People this time said something, so now I'm like, fuck.
Oh no.
So now I'm like, I've spent $62. Please pay me back.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get that Cash App or Venmo going.
Honestly.
Yeah.
How's your night going though?
Oh,
I guess it's not night, but.
Right? It doesn't feel like night.
Honestly, if it was December, it'd be night. So it's a fair
true.
question.
Yeah. And this time yesterday, with all the clouds, it was dark already. So
I saw that. I was making dinner and I was like, "Is it 8 already?" And it was like 6:30.
6:30. Yeah, it was nuts, and it came out so hard. I was out like having dinner with my kid, and we didn't have umbrellas or anything like that, so we just got completely drenched in like a minute, like crossing a street worth of walking. But today's going pretty good. Yeah, definitely. It was a nice day. I went out for a ton of walks. I like outwalked my dog, so she was like done, and I was like, I want to keep going, so I'm gonna put you at home for a bit. So that's nice.
I hate bikers.
They're really, it's like you don't see them coming, and then they expect like they own the right of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people who bike in the city, like, I commend them, but like also like, can you not?
Yeah. Just go somewhere else and do it.
Literally.
If you have to, man. Yeah, what I love too are like the people, especially over here on like the West Loop, like Randolph area, where they just cross the street without looking. They just assume you're not gonna kill them. They just go. And that's the bike mentality.
I low-key like jaywalk all the time and I'm like, hit me, try it, hit me, see what happens.
Yeah, get me out of work. Give me that insurance money.
Yeah, I'm like, see what happens if you hit me.
Yeah, definitely like city bus, I might aim for it one day.
I've lived here all my life, so I'm like, I have no fear. I have no fear.
That's funny. Do you live here in like Chicago? Or?
Yeah, I live in River North, like right by that Benny's.
Nice.
But I've lived in the suburbs / in Chicago all my life.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
So you're from here, you know the deal.
Yeah, I spend my I used to spend like my school year here and then my summers in New York. So
Okay.
city life is like the only thing that I know.
Oh, that's fun. I'm very much a city boy. I came here from like LA.
Oh, what part?
So I grew up in North Bay and then I moved to LA in my 20s, but I lived everywhere because I had actors as roommates, and every time they can't pay the rent, you have to move. So I've lived all over Los Angeles, like Los Feliz. I lived in Compton for a little while, lived in K-Town, Koreatown. I lived in East Hollywood.
I'm only asking because I have a ton of family in LA.
Yeah.
They live in the Valley though.
Yeah, I did live in the Valley for a little while too.
Studio City, baby.
Yeah, so I lived past Studio in the Valley, but yeah, it was one of those. And nowadays, like, I haven't been in like 10 years, but now the Studio City is like, oh, you're lucky you're here now. So maybe it's good they're there.
Yeah, they're in Studio City. They write for Warner Brothers.
Oh, nice.
They're writers and producers, yeah, so they're in the industry.
They're in the industry, yeah.
Yep. And then I have one cousin who lives in Los Feliz, so he's like I don't know, he works in crypto, sadly. But he loves his life, so I can't really blame him.
You know, those crypto guys, we're very confident at least. That's the good thing. Where like we don't know how bad it is because they think it's going to be a future. I'm a techie, so I'm a tech bro. And I have to understand and like crypto a little by design because of what I do?
I'm a finance girl, so it's like similar.
Sure. Oh, but are you anti-crypto? Because crypto's kind of anti-finance to some degree, right?
I'm anti certain crypto. I'm pro certain aspects. I feel like that's like a double-edged sword.
Okay.
Because I do like crypto in certain essence. Like, I enjoy the feasibility of crypto, and I think that like the model is very intelligent, and the people who've built out the model are extremely intelligent. I just don't think that crypto is like a sustainable thing. I don't like it from what I've experienced. I don't think that like I have a lot of I do investment banking.
Okay.
But a lot of the mergers that we do are like collateralized or funded by like high net worth individuals who are just like retired and have like an excess of money and want to see like this random company that they might have been a part of since like its inception, IPO or whatever they're gonna do.
Sure.
So it's like a lot of rich individuals, and a lot of them have lost like insanely like gross amounts of money through crypto. And these are some of the best financiers I've seen in my entire life. I mean, these are people that like you read about in textbooks, and they know everything about the market. They know everything about how to manage money, and crypto is just so volatile. I don't think it's sustainable. I think that if you're young and you can somehow harness it, fantastic. I think if you're above the age of like 35, I don't think it's for you.
Oh no. Okay, so I think I got in before 35, so it might be okay.
I think that like if I had like my girlfriend say like, oh, I'm gonna invest in crypto, I'd be like, okay, fine. Like, you have a high paying job, and like if you lose money, you'll be able to get it back. Yeah. I had an uncle, and he quit his job, and he lost $275,000 in crypto.
Oh no.
Last summer.
Yeah. I mean, if he had gotten in and blew
he got in February, and he, you know, that's the worst time.
The worst time.
So, yeah, I don't know. I personally am not a fan. I've made like quite a bit of money just like manipulating the stock market. I'm like pretty good at reading charts.
Nice.
So I don't feel the need to, you know what I mean? I feel like crypto did offer like an avenue for accessibility for people who felt like the stock market was too complex. Yeah. In terms of like NFTs and other things, like I feel like an NFT is like the barter system, right? Like you buy something at this price and then you sell it for a higher price when it like appreciates in value, kind of like a handbag.
Yeah, hoping that it does. Yeah.
So I feel like that's like my mentality is like I'd rather invest in something like a valuable handbag that's going to appreciate, that's a physical asset that I can maintain. Like my mom, she has a cousin who has like an insane collection of Birkins and Kellys. And I'm not talking like Kardashian collection, but like for like a random person she does. Sure. Okay. And my mom, my entire life, just criticized her cousin. She was like, why would she do this? These things are worth $30,000 to $50,000 to $80,000, probably more if you would get them, you know, collector's edition. Right. But I'm like, think about the appreciation on these things. Think about the appreciation on anything. If I was to buy a Chanel boy bag in 2008, it would have been like $2,000. Now it's $10,000. Right. So like you've essentially almost like you have 5 times the return. I mean, that's something that you've never seen before. So I don't know. I personally like that avenue rather than like crypto. I mean, you have something like SVB that just ruins your life. You have some. Yes. Yeah, it really. You know what I mean. Yeah. I'm not a big advocate, but I do think the accessibility to people has like improved. I think it was a good dipping pool into like people were into crypto and then they got into stocks. I think that was like a good avenue, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan, but I know a lot of people in tech who are very large advocates of crypto.
Yeah. For me, I was just like, well, I know it doesn't matter what I do, I'm not going to be able to retire unless an investment pays off. So I'm just like, spread it all out. I make enough where it's like you said, if I lose it all, I can't make it back, and it's going to happen either way. Right. So I'm like, okay, fine. It's just going to be that way. But you're right. Some people will say, this is the house. I'm leveraging the house, and they've just lost their house, and that's just what. I'm a big
I've worked with a lot of billionaires. Mm-hmm. I would say 90% of them are wealthy because of real estate.
Interesting.
90% of them are wealthy because of real estate. And that's not to say that real estate is their entire portfolio, but they at least have a little bit of real estate in their portfolio. Yeah. I had, even as small as, they own a condo. Sure. So I had this guy, and he lived in New York. Mm-hmm. And he had a daughter. And his daughter has some sort of disability. Okay. And so he was like, I want my daughter to have this penthouse apartment. She lives on her own, and she can, sustain herself. Mm-hmm. But he was like, just in case something happens, I want her to have this facility that will literally take care of her. And he got her this massive crazy apartment.
Sure.
His daughter was like, why would you do this? I have a job and I have money, and this disability isn't going to like be hurtful for the rest of my life. And he said, well, this is actually an investment for me. So that's small, but 90% of billionaires have some sort of real estate, but 100% of billionaires, every single person that I've seen is rich because of PE.
What's PE?
Private equity.
Private equity. Okay.
Every single one. The richest men you will ever find out there, you should watch Succession. There's a guy, there's multiple people, they work in private equity, and they just put up money for these different companies or these different funds or whatever it might be, right? And they just make bank. I just did the Kava IPO. I'm not sure if you're familiar with what Kava is. It's kind of like Sweet Green, but more like bowl type with quinoa and rice. Yeah, it's like a hybrid between Chipotle and Sweet Green.
Sure.
I just did their IPO. These PE guys, smartest guys you'll ever see. Probably a college dropout, probably had some sort of report card in high school that said that they were insubordinate.
Sure.
Best guy you'll ever find. Right here is great, honestly, though. Yeah. Gotta walk a little bit. They're probably really upset that I'm late, but that's okay.
Well, it was so great chatting. Thanks
yeah,
for
it was
the
great.
info.
I hope you have a nice day, and hopefully you can get outside. It's beautiful out.
That's the plan. Thank you so much.
Good. All right, I'll see you.
See ya.